Okay, this is 10 Steps to Building College Reading Skills, Chapter 4. Last chapter we worked on finding the main idea. This chapter is going to be about finding the supporting details. The supporting details, if you think about a table, the top is the main idea and then the legs are the support for it. So supporting details are reasons, examples, steps, or other kinds of evidence that explain a main idea or a point. I'm going to read the paragraph. We read this in the last chapter. Poor grades in school can have various causes. For one thing, students may have financial problems. If they need to work long hours to make money, they will have little study time. Another cause of poor grades may be trouble with relationships. A student may be unhappy over family problems or lack of friends. That unhappiness can harm schoolwork. A final grade cause of poor grades may be bad study habits. Some students have never learned how to take good notes in class, how to manage their time effectively, or how to study a work textbook. Without such study skills, their grades are likely to suffer. If we look back to the first sentence, poor grades in school can have various causes. That is the main idea. Remember, the list words, various clauses are your clue that that is the main idea. So now we're going to find the supporting details. They give us the first one, financial problem. If we look at for one thing, that tells us that's a clue word, that's an addition word for one thing. Now, can you find the other supporting details? If we look at it, it would be trouble with relationships, and you see the clue word another cause, and then the final clue word is a final cause, and then the final supporting detail is bad study habits. So to read effectively, you have to recognize both the main ideas and the details that support those ideas. So one of the favorite things that I like to do is outlining. Outline is a very linear, structured way to list out your main idea and your details. So outlines begins with the main idea, followed by supporting details. There's two types of details. There's the major details, and they explain and develop the main idea. And then there's minor details, and they help fill out the major details and make them clear. Outlining is a useful note-taking strategy. If we go back to major details, they're going to be the ones like first, second, finally. Minor details are you're going to be, for example, for instance, such as, like, and then giving all the small little details that help explain the major detail. So if we look at this one again, the main idea, poor grades in school can have various causes. The first major detail is financial causes, and then we get into some of the minor details. The minor details are need to work long hours after school and no time left to study. The second major detail is trouble with relationships. Minor details would be unhappiness over family problems and unhappiness over a lack of friends. So remember the list words that tell you that this is the main idea. A list of details is coming. Several kinds of, a number of, 4 steps, 3 steps, various causes, 3 causes, a series of, among the results, a few reasons, 3 factors, some factors, several advantages, 2 advantages. Those are all clues that this is the main idea. So tip 1 is to look for words that tell you a list of details is coming. In these 2 sentences, we see various causes and several methods. Those are the clue words. That means that's the main idea. So after you found the main idea, then you're going to look for the supporting details, the major details. So they will start with words like one, first, first of all, for one thing, to begin with, another, second, also, in addition, next, moreover, furthermore, last, last of all, final, and finally. These are what the book calls addition words. These are for your major supporting details. So if we look in this particular paragraph, In the first one, various causes, that's your list words. And then for your supporting details, you see for one thing, another, and final. Those are all your supporting details. Okay, here's another paragraph. I'm going to read it and then we're going to do the same thing. Look for the main idea, the clue words, and then the clue words for the major supporting details. To motivate workers, managers should practice several methods of building self-esteem. One way to build self-esteem is to show a genuine interest in what workers have to say. Ask for their opinions and really listen to their responses. A second method of improving self-esteem is to practice good conversational habits. Do so in 3 ways: by looking a worker in the eye, by smiling frequently, and by calling workers by their first name, the most important word in the language to every person. Last of all, managers can build esteem by admitting mistakes. Doing so, they show that it is simply human to do the wrong thing at times. Okay, so the first sentence is your main idea, and we see managers should practice several methods there as your clue words. Now, let's look and find the clue words for the first, second, and third major supporting detail. We see that we have one way, that's your first major detail, a second method, that's your second major detail, and then last of all, that's your third major detail. So if we were going to outline this is what it would look like. The main idea is at the top. To motivate workers, managers should practice several methods of building self-esteem. Major detail number 1, show genuine interest in what workers have to say. Now we get the minor details. Ask for their opinions, really listen to their responses. Second major detail, practice good conversational habits. Minor detail, look a worker in the eye, smile frequently, call workers by a first name. Third major detail, admit mistakes, and they're not listing any minor details for this one. All right. So a different way to do the same concept is called maps. So maps or diagrams are visual outlines in which circles, boxes, or other shapes show the relationship between main ideas and supporting details. Mapping, like outlining, is a useful note-taking strategy. This is just a little bit more visual. There's really no difference. It's pretty much whatever you prefer, whichever learning style works best for you. So let's look at this particular style. These are maps. We have the same paragraph. We have the same main idea at the top in the box. And then underneath that, in the second level, we have the 3 major supporting details. So if we look at the first major supporting detail, it's show genuine interest in what workers have to say. And then the minor details are ask for their opinions, really listen to their responses. Second major detail, practice good conversational habits, and then you see the 3 minor details under that. Third major detail, admit mistakes, no minor details under that. Make sense? All right, let's practice this again with another paragraph. People daydream for a variety of reasons. Variety of reasons. One cause of daydreaming is boredom, at school or on the job. To make life more interesting, people imagine being somewhere else. For example, a student might dream of lying on the beach and flirting with an attractive person on a nearby blanket. A production worker might dream about winning the lottery or becoming the big boss at a company. Another cause of daydreaming is a lack of something. For instance, a starving person might dream about food, or a poor person might dream about owning a house or a car. A third cause of daydreaming is angry feelings. An angry student might dream about dropping a hated math instructor out of a classroom window. Okay, the first sentence is the main idea. People daydream for a variety of reasons. The list of details is variety of reasons. And can you find the first major detail? I kind of hinted at him as I was reading it. The first one is one cause. The second major detail is another cause, and the third major detail is a third cause. There we go. Those are the three major details for this paragraph. Now, if we're going to look at mapping this out, we've got the main idea at the top, and in the blanks are where we would put the three major details. So if we take it down and we pop it in there, we've got the first major idea. First major detail is boredom, with the minor details being worker dreams about winning the lottery. The second one is lack of something, and then poor students dream about owning a car. That's a minor detail. And then the third major detail is angry feelings, and the minor detail is an angry person dreams about dropping a teacher out a window. So if we look back and we see the words, for example, a student might dream of lying on the beach. The for example, that tells you that's probably going to be a minor detail. And the same thing with, for instance, a starving person might dream about food. That's going to be a minor detail. So most of the time, if you see that, think minor detail. Okay. This chapter was about supporting details, both major and minor. Thank you.